New mind, new you. Fred here from Blissful Mind. In this video, we will talk about how I went from earning 30,000 pesos monthly to earning 6 digits and building multiple properties after I learned how to calm my mind. And no, it was not because of luck or connections or because of working myself to death. It was something much simpler, but something much deeper as well. So, back when I was still in the corporate setup as a bank operations manager, I was earning 30,000 pesos monthly, and I was so stressed that my mind would always be racing. Ang dami kong pinoproblema. Problema sa trabaho, sa bills, sa my personal goals, sa bahay. And back then, I thought it was just that it was my personality, it was my circumstances that made me overthink and worry a lot, and that I was a victim of my circumstances. Now that I'm a hypnotherapist, I totally understand the science behind it. But back then, I was constantly fearing losing my job because that's all I have. My title as operations manager. But apart from that, I also had big plans. I had big dreams. I had big goals. But every time that I would think about those big ideas, I would have anxiety because that would mean leaving my job, leaving or losing currently what I have right now, which took me 10 years to build. And I was so stressed that instead of thinking how could my ideas work, how could I get out of this situation and achieve my goals, my mind would always be filled with 100 ideas of how I was going to fail, what are the consequences of failing. I was so fearful and I was so negative. And when your mind keeps asking that question on a daily basis, you lose your confidence and you tend to play small. Not because you wanted to, in my case, I didn't really want to play small, but because because the fear was louder than my goals. And I'm not the type of person who is lazy. In fact, I would want to maximize my day, do a lot of things at the same time to be able for me to do a lot of work, because back then for me, more work equals more success. The more that I push harder, the more that I would be closer to my goals. But it turned out to be counterproductive. And because I was constantly overthinking, which resulted into sleepless nights and another morning of mental fog that resulted to poor decisions, more fears, more worries. And so I couldn't get out of that situation. Not because I am weak or I lack the skills, but it was because I was trapped in that constant loop of stress that was overloading my mind with anxiety and stress, causing me to not think about the future but constantly be focused on the problems that I have now na hindi naman nawawala-wala. So, and to be honest, it wasn't just affecting my goals, it was affecting my life. On a daily basis, hindi ako masaya, parati akong kabado, parati akong problemado, hindi ko na-enjoy yung time ko with family and friends, kahit sa work. I was just parang surviving. Parang every time I was struggling. I was easily irritated, I was easily discouraged, I was very emotional, and konting problema, discouraged, and konting issue, puputok na, galit agad, irritable agad. And that affected my relationship with the people around me, particularly with my family. But everything changed when I discovered hypnotherapy. And it helped me really get out of that loop of stress. So as a result, I was not forcing anything. I was not forcing my focus, my effort, my motivation, because when I discovered hypnotherapy, my nervous system learned about safety. And when your mind feels safe, you are able to sleep well and kalmado yung isip mo. Para bang ganito, if you are inside your house, your mind feels safe. Kaya kapag safe ka, nakakatulog ka. Kasi alam mo walang mangyayari sa'yo. But if you're outside sleeping, ang daming pwedeng mangyari. So your mind would be constantly active, hindi siya matutulog, magiging alerto siya to ensure that you are safe all night. Right? Time, para akong nasa isang room filled with loud music na dahil doon magulo yung isip ko, hindi ko naririnig yung intuition ko. But when hypnotherapy came, it did not remove the noise. It just lowered down the volume to the point that I can hear them, but I was not overwhelmed by them. So I was in control. I was relaxed. And so for the first time in years, I felt so light. I was able to sleep well. That resulted into a morning that is filled with clear mind, happy thoughts. I was motivated. I was excited to work. I was excited to execute my plans. While I was working, I was thinking about the possibilities of me succeeding when I implement my plans, and that helped a lot. And so it did. That transformed my life too. I was very focused without forcing it. I became productive. I loved my job. I loved the people around me. I was happy on a daily basis. Hindi na ako yung stressed, emotional, and irritated easily. So, hindi na yung mga bagay na problema, pinoproblema ko. I could handle them. I can think about them, but I can easily see the solutions because my mind was quiet enough to be in control. So before, whenever I would think of growth, huge plans like starting business or quitting my job and doing something else that would be more productive and give me more income, my mind would always be filled with fear. What if I would fail? Paano na yung bills today? So I would have constant fear of losing what I had, fear of making mistakes, fear of failing. And because of that, instead of moving forward, I stayed safe. And that prevented me from exploring a lot of opportunities actually. When my mind became quiet, I started seeing possibilities. Something shifted. I started to see a lot of things that I could do actually apart from work. I was instead of my mind filled with fears of what I could lose and what if I would fail, my mind was constantly filled with curiosity about what if it could work? What could I do to make it work? What steps do I need to take to be able for me to achieve my goals and my big plans? And I was open to the possibilities, and that opened a lot of doors actually. When your mind is open to opportunities, you would see a lot of opportunities. I had direction, and I have a clear mind that saw the potential and the opportunity, and so I took action. And from that clear path, I was able to know what I would do to be able for me to quit my job. So after that, I was searching about freelancing. It was during pandemic time, and it was so stressful. Everyone's losing their job, and so it was the perfect time. And I stumbled upon that ad in Facebook about freelancing. I took a course, and after a month, I was hired. It started from $6 to $8. After 3 months, it became $14 per hour. And so I was earning six digits from 30,000 to 150,000 because I was able to work not just with one client, but two other clients. One client alone, I was already earning 150,000 pesos, and I had two part-time jobs as well. And that's the good thing about hypnotherapy. You and your mind is clear. You can do a lot of things. You're not overwhelmed. You're in control of your time. You are able to do a lot of things naturally without forcing it. And so your body and your mind is not tired even if you're doing a lot of things, because your mind is not drained with thoughts of negative things, overthinking, and you had a good night's sleep and you wake up excited on a daily basis. And so I was able to really do a lot of things and execute a lot of things. I was laser focused. So as a result, I built my family our first home worth 3 million pesos, and I thought it was already enough. But after several years of doing freelancing and doing business, I tried Amazon as well. I sold. I became an Amazon seller as well, and so I was able to build multiple properties, rental properties, one in prime subdivision in our area, and also another prime condo unit in downtown area. And because my mind was cleared of worry, fears, and so I had the courage to take action and to dream again. And that's the biggest win for me when I started doing hypnotherapy, when I learned how to quiet and relax my mind. And that's something that I wanted to share with you guys. That's why I built this business, and that's why I am creating this content as well. And so, if you're a breadwinner who has big goals like me, and not just for yourself but for your family, this is my message. A calm mind doesn't make you weak, it doesn't make you passive, it makes you more effective. And it helps you sleep better, it helps you wake up happier and make better decisions. It allows you to dream big and have the mental clarity to pursue them and know the path and the steps to be able for you to achieve them. You don't need to be stressed to be driven. And when your mind is calm, you don't just survive, you build your future. One clear decision, one peaceful night of sleep, one calm day at a time. New mind, new you. This has been Fred. Ciao for now.